the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz Podcast here on this Thursday morning. We're glad that you've joined us whenever and wherever it is that you join us each and every day, making Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake. Brett and Faith here with you this morning on a recorded podcast, not live. So don't hate if we don't respond to your comments. Keep them piling in. We love to hear what you have to say. Love your input, but won't be able to respond and communicate back with you when you do that. But Faith got another busy day coming up today, so we had to record it last night.
Yeah, we do. We've got a lot going on. I didn't even know that it was Thursday, so
I had to remind you.
Yeah, it just goes to show that there's no time off.
I'm already the weeks already seem like they're flying by, and we're not even in the season yet. Next week is the start of football practice, so man, it is here. We got a lot that we want to dive into today and talk about. And before we do that, we love the partners that we have, and we couldn't do the show without them.
Sensagreen, for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensagreen. They are the carrier experts in the state of Alabama, a proud supporter of Auburn athletics and a proud supporter of the Auburn Blitz podcast.
Saving people thousands of dollars out there every day. Scout Program Management, a full construction management firm in Birmingham, Alabama, but they serve the Southeast. Multiple projects going on right now. And if you have a project you're about to do or you're thinking about doing, you need to call Scout Program Management. They are going to lead you from the pre-construction phase all the way till you get the keys to your new facility. So you don't have time to do all that. You got to run a school. You got to run a business. That's what they do for a living. Call them. They'll make sure it's done the right way.
Bunkers in downtown Auburn. They've got 50 parking spaces downtown. Great food, great atmosphere, great deals all the time. And they've got 27 different sports on those golf simulator bays. We're going to be at Bunkers tomorrow for the noon show. I'm super excited for that. It's been a long time since we've
finally making it happen.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So we're excited to go over there, see some of our friends, and maybe I'll show you some of my golf skills that I've worked on, not at all, but I'm just excited for some stake sliders.
I was just going to be like, what are you talking about? Like, you just finished that sentence like I was expecting you to just like, she's about to lie and say she's been out playing golf, and I know she hasn't. But
I'm telling you right now, I mean, if it would be really cool if I could get my arm above, my 45 degrees of my shoulder. So that would be really cool, but I can't do that. So if I'm going to choose one of the 27 different sports, Brett.
I can't wait. We've been waiting on this for a while.
Tennis, pickleball.
When are we playing pickleball? We need to make that happen too. So
I don't know, but Lane and I will play. We'll play you in duos.
It's a little hot, even at night. So, but anyway, a lot to talk about here on the show this morning. First of all, congratulations, Butch Thompson, very deserving. Want to start there. A new 6-year deal that carries him to 2031. Is that right? I mean, that is 2031. That just sounds like the futuristic, like something.
Would you believe that's 6 years away?
Just crazy.
It's not that far away.
That's right. You will have been out of college 7 years.
Okay, that just made me want to throw up.
I don't want to tell you how long I will have been out of college, but thought I'd make it a little relative to you.
That was awful. Why would you say that to me?
I don't mean anything by it. Just saying that you've been out of college 7 years in 2030.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so old.
It's a long way off, though. Don't rush.
I'm almost 30.
Shouldn't have said anything. 6 years, $1.5 million base salary with a lot of incentives, increased salaries for the staff. And they have contract incentives that roll over to 2033. Puts Butch Thompson and their staff in the top half of the SEC when it comes to baseball. When you look at this conference, Tennessee, Florida, Vanderbilt. I mean, we can just keep listing. Arkansas, just the Texas A&M, Texas. I mean, and you're in the top half of that. Butch Thompson deserves that, what he's been able to do at Auburn and going to multiple World Series and another first this year and hosting a super regional. I know it didn't go our way, but we drew out the hottest team in college baseball coming down the stretch in Coastal Carolina. But just so many superlatives that Butch Thompson's brought to this baseball team. He's made Auburn baseball relative again and relevant, not relative. He's made them relevant again. And, it's just the renovations of Plainsman Park and the additions and now the atmosphere out there. Auburn baseball is a top-notch sport now in this conference and in the country, and they expect to be in postseason every year. And, I think he kind of mentioned that toward the end of the season. He said, this is our new expectation. We expect to be in the postseason and the regional and hosting the super regional and having a shot to go to the College World Series every year.
Yeah, I think, like you said, he's made Auburn baseball relevant again. And also just you see the kind of athletes he's produced, and especially goes for just this last season, and Ike Irish, Cooper McMurray, a lot of those guys, and a lot of these freshmen too, who have had the accolades that they have had throughout the season. And so you just see how much work he's putting into each and every kid on this team and in the teams in the past. So I think it's very well deserving for him to have this.
And development, Faith, you look at from a pitching standpoint, how many great pitchers have moved on to go to the pros. I mean, Casey Mize was in the All-Star. He finally got healthy in the All-Star game this year and was the number 1 overall draft pick several years ago to the Detroit Tigers. And then Tanner Burns. I just keep going down the list of key guys. And then, of course, position players too. Auburn is putting their fair share of guys in the pros every single year. And, he's always been able to recruit at a high level. You and I both have been around Coach Thompson. He's been on our show several times. He's just such a likable person, just such a down-to-earth, wants to make everybody happy, wants to make sure everybody's having a good time. Braden worked on the field crew last year for baseball. He just talked about how Coach Thompson always made time for them to come up and talk about how much he appreciated everything that they did for their program, and it didn't go unnoticed. And, Coach Thompson would come out and give them hats when they got new hats and shirts and stuff like that. And, he's just that kind of guy. And, I think with this contract, it shows the commitment that Auburn has to him, and he's shown the commitment to Auburn. It's in the whole renovation projects and everything has been really good. So Auburn baseball is just a ton of fun in the spring now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just he's got one of those, just like Bruce Pearl does, the Auburn face, and he carries it very, very well in the way that he is with the fan base and with the students and everything about Auburn, and he embraces it, and I love that.
All right, let's shift gears. You weren't on yesterday. We didn't get a chance to talk about it very much, but you and I texted as soon as we saw it come across about the change in the agreement with the collectives, and basically it pulls the collectives back into play. Really, that's really all this does. And from a simplicity standpoint, we're not going to dive into that very much this morning. But really, what it does is the original agreement that came into play on July the 1st pretty much rendered the collectives powerless, and some schools did away with their collectives because they weren't a legit business according to the NIL Go, so they really couldn't operate. Well, through the lawsuits and the agreement with the attorneys, now they've backpedaled 22 days later. It only took 22 days to say, no, the collectives need to be considered a legit business, and so they are now. So now the collectives are back in play, and the donors can take the money and they can disperse it however they want to do it. And, on the surface, I think everybody knew this was coming. I think we talked about it till we were blue in the face, that we knew that I didn't understand why Auburn had kind of taken the stance. And again, this isn't totally proving that Auburn was wrong. This is just saying the collectives are back in play. This is not say, you started to see things kind of whittle away. Oh, we're at a hard salary cap of $20.5 million. Now they're saying it's more of a soft cap of like 15. You don't really know. I just think there's still a lot of unknowns in this thing, but I don't think this particular part of this means that Auburn took the wrong stance. I think Auburn kept their collective. Some schools did away with it. So those that did away with their collective are probably scrambling right now, trying to figure out. They kind of knee-jerk reacted when they took away their collective because there's so much ambiguity. And I think the problem that you and I have talked about so much is that why did Auburn take such a hardline stance that put them on an island by themselves? Why were they so skittish of going out and making, I guess I know why they did it. They didn't want to be deceptive or whatever to the kids and their families. They wanted to be truthful and upfront and say, I can't really tell you what we can offer right now because we don't know what all the rules are. So they waited, but nobody else really waited. Everybody else moved forward, business as usual. And, then we started hearing the word pivot come into play last week from John Cohen at Media Days, which made me and you think, well, are they already backpedaling a little bit? So really all it did yesterday was bring the collectives back in faith. I mean, that's really all it did.
Yeah. I mean, did it have, I guess, an answer that everybody's been looking for, kind of, is it the $20.5 million, the salary cap of using the collective? Is it not? I mean, where do we stand? Where do we stand with the 20.5?
Not even sure that's even a real thing anymore now. I mean, again, that's how fast all this changes. And I think that's why Auburn fans were like, can we just not take such a hardline stance on anything right now with there being so much ambiguity in this thing? Like, can we just wait and see how it all plays out? Can we just tell the kids, okay, this is what we want to do for you, but we've got to wait until, like, okay, we're good for this, but things might change between now and then. And they probably will, and things will probably change 2 or 3 more times over the next several months. So who knows? But here's what I think everybody needs to understand is that Auburn still has its money, and Auburn can now, again, go out in the transfer portal and over the next several months can make offers to some of these kids that now they know they can give X number of dollars to, and it may be enough to be able to flip them. Some that are not commit or some that are already committed. Now there's still plenty out there not committed. And you and I talked about some of those targets that Auburn is going after. Braylon Womack, Jace Matthews being 2 guys from Mississippi that I think Auburn really has a great chance of getting. I think Jace Matthews' relationship with Deuce Knight, it seems like a 2-horse race between Auburn and Texas A&M. Shocker there, right? Hearing that name come up again. And then Braylon Womack, it's a 2-horse race between Ohio State and Auburn. And it really just boils down to, I think, what Ohio State puts on the table and it being his dream school versus does Braylon Womack want to stay closer to home, play in the SEC? And he's got a good relationship with Hugh Freeze as well. So those are 2 really key ones to watch. So if Auburn picks those 2 guys up, the number 2 receiver in the country, according to Rivals, and the number 1 safety in the country, now you're talking about vaulting Auburn up probably 20 to 30 spots just with 2 guys because they're so highly rated. And it with being a smaller class, Auburn can spend more of their money on fewer guys so they can offer bigger deals. Does that make sense? And
we've already talked about how Auburn doesn't need a big class right now with how young the roster is.
So that's a benefit for Auburn in all of this mess is that they're not going to sign as big a class as they have the last couple of years. So they can be more selective, and you've still got the portal out there. I mean, Auburn did a phenomenal job in the portal this year with who they went and got. We got Eric Singleton. We got Xavier Chapman. We got Mason Murphy. I keep going down the list. So that's part of the game too. And I think we're just going to have to watch it play out. The results on the field are definitely going to dictate some people's decisions too. We've said that a million times. So a lot to look at. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. That's just I wanted to see what your thoughts were on that because we didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday. And heck, who knows? In 48 hours, all that could change again. But I think we found out, Faith, why Greg Sankey didn't really come out and say much of anything at media days, because I think he knew all this was going on in the background. So he didn't have anything to say.
He didn't want to give anything. I don't want to say give anything away, but
I don't think he could step out and say anything really, because he didn't know what they were going to do.
Yeah.
He didn't know how the settlement or the negotiations were going behind. Well, I think he probably knew kind of, but he didn't want to let the cat out. I think you're right. He didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, before it had been officially.
And then going and just saying a whole bunch of nothing to everybody to make everybody just a little bit more confused. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, I think people were looking for clarity, and it came away a lot more muddy. So, all right, time for some more of our partners. And you and I went by there yesterday. Didn't get a chance to stop, unfortunately, but rode right by Sure Shot, and you were like, I'm going there soon, and everybody else needs to as well.
Yeah, I think I might actually be stopping there on my way back tomorrow. Sure Shot, they've got all your firearm apparel and hunting needs. They sell and trade new and used firearms. Even if it's not any hunting season yet, it's almost
about to be. Dove season's coming.
Yep. But you can always do some target shooting. There's always time for that, and they're going to be able to get you covered there. They've got practice shooting in there for handguns, and a course that you're able to take to learn how to properly use it, when to use it, all the good things that you need before purchasing a firearm. So call them at 256-329-0080.
Sounds like you're already in prime form for shooting Dove. You knocking them out with those sporting clays the other day you were bragging about. So,
I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself.
What can you say? You are the Sure Shot. How about that?
Oh, that's crazy. I don't know. Oliver Ross, they're professional certified licensed bartending services. So if you have any events this fall, like a tailgate, weddings, sorority date party, fraternity date party, anything like that, Oliver Ross is going to be able to be your bartenders for the evening. They are going to make sure that you can focus on hosting, entertaining, while they focus on behind the bar. That's not something that you need to be doing, especially if you're not a professional. But Oliver Ross, they'll come there, they'll take it down, clean up, and just make sure you have a great, smooth night.
I think we need to have an Auburn Blitz Oliver Ross party. Just my thoughts.
I could get behind it.
Need to try to make that happen. So, all right. A little bit of fun here before we get off this morning. It's a little bit abbreviated version of our show this morning. Again, when you go through and look at the schedules, and we're going to say, look, the first week, by the way, is star-studded. I'm glad our game's on Friday. You and I will be coming back from Texas, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the whole afternoon of football is going to be awesome. And there's some unbelievable games that first week. We're going to talk about those later on another show. But we've broken down what we thought last week because we were at media days. We gave our order of finish. But what are the best and worst case scenarios for everybody? There's several things out there. Everybody kind of does this, but they normally kind of settle around the same area. So we'll start at the bottom. In Mississippi State, I think, is unanimously them and probably Kentucky are everybody's bottom dwellers. Faith, you said it to me earlier. How much is Mississippi State? How much are they dreading this season? Good God.
I mean, bad. 5-7 for their best case scenario. Now, I'm not talking smack about that because
that's kind of where we've fallen the last several years.
I was going to say, look at where we're at. But I know how I was feeling after hyping up the season, which they're not even really doing that.
How do you hype that up? Russ, if you're watching this, he's one of our Mississippi State guys, man. I'm sorry. We're not taking shots because obviously, like Faith said, our record hadn't been much better. But this, when you're top option is 5-7. Your best case scenario, your ceiling is 5-7. Boy, the cellar is bad. 2-10 for the Bulldogs.
That's brutal.
I think it may be closer to that. Heck, there's only a 3-game difference there between 2-10 and 5-7. So you don't have a lot of room to finish in between that. So I think it may be more toward the 2-10 mark.
Oh gosh.
Not good for Mississippi State. All right, who's next?
Kentucky, their ceiling, as you call it, is 6-6. Their basement being 3-9.
They were not good last year, by the way.
No.
And they're not. I don't see them being very good this year either. If they get to 6-6, I think everybody's jumping for joy. I really do. Again, there's not much.
Then do you go and you put more money into your football program, or are you still going to have majority of it going to your basketball?
They're trying to resurrect Kentucky basketball to where it used to be. They are so tired of getting beat by Auburn and Alabama. I mean, that's what Kentucky's been known for their whole life, and now they're like the 4th best team in the conference. So yeah, they're going to try to do everything they can to. Those people that have been buying season tickets in Rupp Arena for so many years are pissed off. They've had enough. So, all right, what about the Razorbacks? They're next.
Yeah, the Razorbacks are best case scenario 8-4.
And I'm gonna tell you, if they get 8-4, that's a win over us, which ain't good.
No.
To get to their 8-4 mark, they're definitely counting a win over us, and that is not good.
Yeah, but their worst case scenario is 3-9.
Pretty bad.
Not good.
No, not at all. Sam Pittman. I don't know if he can survive 3-9. 8-4. He's King Hog.
Yeah.
He's Boss Hog. Do you even know what that is? Boss Hog off the Dukes of Hazzard. Come on now. Oh my God. How old are you going to be in 2031 again? I'm just kidding.
Hey. Oh man. Almost 30.
I know you know what. Oh, okay. What everybody, I'm sorry. We've got to teach Faith about the Dukes of Hazzard. I can't believe she doesn't know what Dukes of Hazzard.
He likes to age me because I accidentally age him.
Hey, you do that all the time. You do that
accidentally, though.
I don't know if it's accidentally. I think it's all calculated.
Depends.
It's all calculated until you can't hide. Look at your face. Can't hide it. All right. All right. Boss Hog. 8-4. He is Boss Hog. All right. What about the Commodores? 9-3. Are you serious?
That's crazy.
I think that's way off.
That's crazy.
But Diego Pavia, everybody's tired of him.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. How old is he? He's probably
I think he is 30. So I think he's already 30. All right, 9-3. I think they missed that one. I do. Way off.
It's a little crazy.
I think their best case is 7-5. Don't you?
Yeah, I think that's a good number. I was gonna say best case 8-4.
Okay.
But
7-5's more.
7-5, 8-4. Definitely not 9-3. That's crazy.
If Vanderbilt wins 9 games this year, good Lord. That's definitely a win over us.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right, it's the Auburn Tigers up next. Auburn has a best case scenario of
9-3.
And the
worst
norm.
Case scenario.
The norm.
Hey, we're not gonna keep that mentality. All right. I'm trying to change into positive vibes here.
Get some positive vibes.
Worst case scenario, 5-7.
Man.
So if we're losing to anybody,
can I just say this? That is such a horrible year based on the schedule.
Oh my God.
This is worse than last year somehow. Because last year we didn't have Alex McPherson. Last year, Peyton Thorne couldn't throw it to anybody but the other team, and we still almost won those games. If we go 5-7 with this schedule, we are playing a level of football like we haven't even seen around here. That is horrific.
We might as well. Am I saying that right? Might as well.
Might as well. Not
Might
might
as,
of well.
might as
I
well.
don't know what the hell might of well is.
We better just go ahead and put all of our money into basketball if we go 5-7.
I'm voting with you. I second that.
Awful.
Is that an official motion on the table?
Yes,
If
and
you
let's
made
do
a
baseball
motion,
too, because I love Butch. Okay.
Yeah, if you're making the motion, I'm seconding it, and we just need somebody on here to raise their hand and say all in favor, say aye. So all of you watching, Faith made the official motion. If Auburn goes 5-7 in football, that we take all our money and put it into basketball. I have seconded that motion. Almost said emotion. I've seconded that motion. And we should all y'all to vote. Everybody in favor say aye. Just let us know.
Because I will.
Oh, it's horrible. I don't even want to. You won't want to be around me, and I won't want to be around you on any of these trips.
I'm already telling you, if we are flying back from Oklahoma if we're flying back from Baylor after a loss.
I'm just putting my AirPods in.
I've already decided there's a new sweatshirt that's come out from Comfort, and it's a hoodie, and it has an eye mask in the hood, and so you can pull it in front.
You look like a terrorist getting on the dang plane.
Well, you can put it back.
I know, but you getting on the plane with a mask like this, everybody's gonna be freaked out.
Well, I'll put my hood up when I get in my seat on the plane. But that just
Are you a window up person or a window down person?
Down.
Down?
If you put it up, that's so rude.
Well, I'm not saying the whole time. I mean, do you like to look out a little bit?
Am I going over the ocean? No, not to Baylor.
Well, we're not sitting. Okay. We're not sitting by the window anyway.
Nowhere where we're going.
You don't want to see open fields. All right, Texas A&M. I don't know where we went with that. Texas A&M 10-2. I can see that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a crazy game. Look, I think you could if Texas A&M loses to Auburn, I think they're 9-3. And I think if Auburn beats Texas A&M, they're 10-2 or has a chance to be 10-2. If Auburn goes on the road and beats Texas A&M, I think they could be looking at a 10-2 mark. So that's why those two teams are right there. Both of them have the same basement at 5-7. All right, the Tennessee Vols. Okay, they were a playoff team last year. Can Josh Heupel get Tennessee back to the playoffs again? No Nico Emealiava, but they just traded quarterbacks with UCLA. They got Aguilar now. 10-2, best case, 7-5, bottom. Now, the next one is pretty drastic. I mean, this is kind of two extremes here. The South Carolina Gamecocks. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, with their best being 10-2, worst being 5-7.
That's a drastic difference.
Yeah.
Tells me that people don't really know what they're going to do. They've got Lenore Sellers, but I don't think anybody knows what they're going to do.
But you're looking at South Carolina, and they have the same basement and ceiling as Texas A&M.
Right.
But for some reason, for South Carolina, it seems a lot more drastic than it does for Texas.
It does. It really does.
So, I don't know.
I don't think boy, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on a lot of guys, man. Mike Elko, Hugh Freeze. I don't think Shane Beamer has as much pressure as those two guys. I think Texas A&M and Auburn have a lot of pressure. I mean, that's a given. Okay, the next one, same thing. The Sooners.
Yeah. Were you surprised to see? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter some of the placement, but Oklahoma just being their best case scenario 10-2 and worst case scenario 5-7.
I just think again they're a team. I think there's a lot of teams right here in the middle that one or two games could swing the whole year for them. I think if Auburn rolls into Oklahoma and beats them, I think you can set them down a bad path. I really do. And I don't think there's a lot of confidence in Brent Venables. He hasn't proven anything yet at Oklahoma, and I think they're just sitting there waiting for him to tank and move on. I really don't think that Sooner Nation's all in on Brent Venables. I'm just going to say that. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying. I think that now this is a team I am high on the next one, and you're not. So you're probably going to side with the worst case, and I'm going to lean toward more of the best case. I don't think it's that big. They've got Florida at 10-2 best case. I think Florida's a 9-win football team, 8 to 9 wins, which is good enough to keep Billy Napier around. But you're more around the 6-6 for them, aren't you? Because of their schedule.
Yeah, I think 6-6, 7-5, around there.
I think it could happen, especially if, like you said, it's all dependent on DJ Lagway. Seriously, if he's not playing in a lot of those games, then they're going to be down there toward the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, Missouri.
Missouri with best case 10-2, worst case of 5-7.
Can Eli Drinkwitz keep doing this in Missouri? I mean, he keeps rolling out one good team after another. To me, they've really been the shocking team. They've been
the show me, and they said, okay.
Well, they showed us the middle finger.
Yeah.
On the way out the door. That's what they showed us.
Oh my gosh.
After we laid that egg, maybe too high. I mean, they lost a lot. I think their best case, in my opinion, would be like 8-4.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's 10-2.
I think the worst case is on point.
Yeah,
5-7. All right, I'll give the floor to you on this one.
Okay, this one just shocks me because 11-1 for Ole Miss. I think that's too high. There's no question. I think they're probably 9-3.
That's what they were last year.
Yeah, but their worst case 6-6. I don't think it's that low, but also
there's some pissed off people in Ole Miss if they go 6-6.
Well, are you kidding me? Already, there's a lot of pissed off people over there, and
they just pissed off anyway. It didn't even matter why. They just are pissed off.
Yeah, they are. But also, just the way that now that I've been surrounded with some Ole Miss Rebs more frequently. Ole Miss it kind of gives me a little bit of Auburn of Ole Miss always has and knows a way to screw it up.
They do.
Historically,
they've done that.
I take that very personally as an Auburn fan because if you look at last year in football and the year before, we have a good way of throwing it away.
I heard somebody say that exact same thing the other day. I don't remember where I heard it. It may have been on another clip somewhere, but they used to think, how can Auburn pull this out back in the day? How is Auburn going to win this game? How are they going to win this close game? They always do this. Now they think, how's Auburn going to screw this up?
Oh,
like it's literally the mindset's changed.
Oh, every single time. And Ole Miss is really just giving me that kind of, we're going to find a way to screw this up. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter what, but we're going to.
I really miss playing them. I'm really honest.
I do too.
I hate that we're not playing them.
Especially as of recent, just because I keep getting told who's gonna hand who the loss and everything, and it would all be settled if we could just play them, because apparently basketball doesn't count.
Well, I guess it does.
Sounds like a loser to me. Anyway, next
2 years ago when they rolled over here, we went ahead and spanked that rear end. So
yeah, with the rain coming sideways.
Yep. So
yeah,
that was on Halloween night, wasn't it? On Halloween night.
It was. People were dressed up in the stadium.
Yep. All right, let's before we get to the last four, our final partners here on the program, and again, we appreciate them very much. Old Number One Customs.
Old Number One Customs. If you have a bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, outdoor living space, anything of the sort, Old Number One Customs will be in and out of your house in just 2 weeks when it comes to the renovation process. They really know what they're doing when it comes to, laying out I know, Bright, you've talked about how they have the different tiles and everything like that. If you go to their social media, you'll see a lot of their work. It's beautiful. Awesome. And again, just great people. 2 weeks is crazy to be in and out of your house once the renovation process starts. I already know that I'm going on week 1 of just moving myself into my apartment, and that's taken me about a week now. So I can't imagine having something.
But let's just tell everybody. Let's get done with the commercial, and I'll tell everybody how just machine-like you are at getting things done. It's like ridiculous. Okay. But anyway, Old Number One Customs, 334-752-6162. Give them a call.
JFA Blue Plumbing. If you want filtered water throughout your entire household, JFA Blue Plumbing will come in there and install Home Atlas Water Filter Duo for just $15.99. And you can't put a price on health, especially when it comes to something that your body is made mostly up of, and that's water. So you want to make sure that you're drinking purified water, you're showering in it, you've got your animals that you're giving them water right out of the sink. You want to make sure it's filtered water. So call them at 844-JFA-BLUE.
Yeah. Faith is a machine. Like when everything was moved into the apartment, it's like, well, I'm not going to bed. Everything's in its place. It's like everybody, their boxes everywhere. And it was like late afternoon already. And it's like, well, I'm not going to bed. It's like, well, we're all leaving. So have fun with this and good luck. And you did. It's like, got a picture and it's like, look at what I've done. I'm like, this is unreal. Machine-like.
Thank you. Other than the decorating, which again, could not do without my parents because I have no idea how to decorate. So that's a good, I said that would be a set aside for them, but everything else would be all nice and laid out and put in its home.
And it's in its home now. Everything is in its
and
home.
Now the decorating is all done. So that's good. But
looks good. Looks good. Machine-like though, I'm telling everybody. Focus, laser focus, got to get it done. All right. LSU.
LSU. Crazy with a 11-1 best case scenario and a 6-6 worst case scenario.
They are going to burn that place down if they go 6-6.
If they go 6-6,
that is a horrible season.
And I might be wrong, but I think I just saw something from CBS about the coaches being ranked.
Probably.
Yeah, and I think he was 3rd. Brian Kelly was ranked 3rd. And it was like I think it was Kirby, then Sarkisian, and then
DeBoer?
Huh?
DeBoer or Brian Kelly? I mean, it'd have to be either DeBoer or Brian Kelly. They're ranking. They're 3rd.
Yeah, and then DeBoer was 4th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I need to find this article so I can fact check myself. But I'm like,
all right, what about the Longhorns? The next 3 have the ultimate best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
When your best case scenario is 12, we'll just group them all together. Texas, Georgia, Alabama are all 12-0 on the best case.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all 8-4 on the worst case. Pretty dang good. But if you look at it, Georgia fans are pissed at 8-4. Texas fans are pissed at 8-4, and Alabama fans are sure enough pissed at 8-4 because that means they're not in the playoffs again, and they're ready to get rid of DeBoer. I don't care what you say. I don't care how anybody wants to spin it. If Alabama goes 8-4 and they miss the playoffs again, they're going to be like, "Can y'all get this guy out of here? He needs to leave now, please." And with the rosters that those 3 teams have, 8-4 definitely is a disappointment. So everything's relative, right? Some teams would jump for joy to be 8-4, a la Auburn right now on the way up, trying to get out of the hole they're in. On the flip side, 8-4 is terrible for those teams that have got these stacked rosters and been competing for national championships the last several years. I think LSU is an interesting team to watch along with Florida. I think those 2 teams, there's only one game off in the best case, and then the worst case is both 6-6. I just think it's going to be interesting because those 2 programs, along with Auburn, I group Auburn. Auburn always can. I know this is an unprecedented stretch for Auburn, 4 losing seasons, but they expect to win. The mentality, the fan base, the organization, all that. And so when you got LSU, Florida, and Auburn all 6-6, 5-7 is worst case scenarios, it's just you're out of sorts. And
Yeah.
so they're trying to get back to stability. Florida and Auburn, especially. LSU maybe not as much, but Auburn and Florida are trying to bring back some consistency and stability in their football programs.
Yeah. Well, let me fact check. So what I was saying, 1, Kirby, 2, Sark, 3, Brian Kelly, 4, Kalen, 5, Lane.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're all the way down there.
Who's at 6?
At 6, it is Josh Heupel.
From Tennessee. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then 7 is Drink. 8 is Beamer. 9 is Mike. 10, Mark. 11, Billy. And then Auburn at 12.
Well, got a lot of proving to do. That's all I can tell you. So,
yeah.
Well, all right. A lot of fun here this morning for everybody. We will be on location today at lunch at JR's Sports Bar and Grill in Alexander City. If you're in Alex City, come see us. Hey, looking forward to having our new hats in coming up.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Got that coming, and got some other stuff that'll be coming as we get into fall. So looking forward to it. So we'll be on location the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Be at Bunkers tomorrow, be at JR's today. So come out and see us at either place. If you're in Auburn, come see us at Bunkers. If you're in Alex City, come see us at JR's. So, all right, a lot covered here. Faith, I'll give you the floor and let you end it.
I hope everybody has the best day ever.
And a big old
War Eagle.